Recording, yeah, I think. Hopefully I won't clear it out. Come on. Hello. So I covered some topics I'm working on. I give a salute for 2004 with the little Remington rolling block pistol. Oh, I got a number of Remington rolling block pistols. I got one that's really high, heavy caliber. I bought it on Gunbroker. I think it was $1,000 or more. I forget, but these things are in mint condition. Hello, cover some topics today. Which is fun to do. I said the interview went well. Yeah, that was yesterday when I was talking to Blue Streak for over an hour. Oh, I gotta shave, man. Take a bath tonight, New Year's Eve, and get cleaned up. Holy moly. The knee is still warm. It's slightly swollen. I don't feel that hyper, actually. So it's kind of weird. But I guess that's part of the healing process. I might have to talk to Dr. Bowen about Xanax too, because the hospital, Howard Memorial Hospital, didn't give me a sheet of instructions as well as medications, so well, that's kind of crazy, and just hanging on. Today I don't feel kind of down. What's this one for? That's for the old iPad. Wow, that still works too. The old iPad still works, number one. So, let's see, tomorrow, New Year's, so maybe I'll hang around with EVO. Don't know yet, we'll see. Got the DC motor kind of finished. But I always got projects one after another, you know, I gotta get this stuff done. I'm working on the capacitors, and balls kind of suppress. You don't want sharp points. I'm working with high tension DC. No sharp point. Everything's gotta be clean, and everything's gotta be suppressed until delivery is delivered to the area you're working in. So all of that has, even the cable, it's got to be not spraying out anything, you know. You get a big problem. So, and engineers do that in substations as well. Anyway, yeah, they do. I had substation transformers, as you've seen in some of the videos I have. They were delivered they were free and delivered free too. I remember the big red one coming in, Stan had a welding torch out, welded on 4 heavy cast iron wheels, so it could be moved. That was something else to move. Again, a flatbed with a crane, crosstown carriers, only $32 an hour. And I put everything out on the landing dock. So when it came to move heavy stuff, they came, put straps around, lifted it all up, and put it on the flatbed, and took it over to 560 Canby Street, the old Merchant G building where they offloaded it all. It was quite a building. It was 6 stories high, or some more. Took up, I think, a quarter of a city block. Wow. Yeah, I got that up and running. And luckily, what's his name? Ron? Or Don Muses. And Ron Muses, they filmed it and gave me a copy of the video, which is on the internet. YouTube somewhere, so yeah, it was interesting stuff. stuff. Then I moved to Kingsway and 13th with George Lithicates and Alexander Sharashevsky, where we set everything up again. And there's some weird stuff happened in that time frame. As I mentioned before, George Lithicates was slammed with one of those transformers onto him. He was in hospital 3 months. And he formed Pinnacle Oil International, and I just learned he passed away through his friend Alec, who emails me once in a while, and he's coming visiting, and we'll have fun down here. Alexander Sharashevsky. All that stuff went into the Supreme Court of British Columbia, Canada, and it was all looked at. The decision was made by the judge to allow all of us in to operate the machinery. The Hutchison effect stuff. What a bloody long story, huh? I wish somebody would write my history book. I'm too lazy to do it myself. John's history, from Nut House to whatever. I kind of love talking about all those crazy times, but oh well, let's be new times too. New adventures with Johnny the Hobbit from North Vancouver. I feel like another cigarette, so hang on and stare at the stuff if you want to. I'll be right back. It's hard to stand up with this knee thing. I'm back. Oh, a couple months on antibiotics. That's incredible. I don't know. You know, I really don't know if that's good or bad. I wish I knew more about this extremely rare knee condition. But I know when I was in Germany, I got treated for arthritic hip in the 80s and was cured forever of it. So I got to find some stinging nettles somewhere to work it in. That's what they use, stinging nettle injections, and cure the arthritis. Dr. Margarita probably knows the doctor's name. Maybe she forgets. I don't know. Ian might remember, but I think Ian forgot too. Oh. But oh well. Oh yeah, my video on Xanax, I copied and pasted and put it in the patient's portal for Adventist Health or Howard Memorial, posted it to certain people. See what happens. If they're going to even look at it, well, who knows. Last resort is going to the doctor I had before, Dr. Williams, and get a whole load of 0.05 Xanax tablets. But it could be troublesome, I suppose. I don't know. Hoping that Howard Memorial Hospital will carry through on their, they discharge the patient without instructions on what to be doing. Before, when I discharged, to give a whole list of all the different things, and this time, nope, nothing. Why, I don't know. How, like so, I'm just talking random junk today. That's shocking alive. So I guess the Donald most likely will go to jail. He's done so many criminal things according to the news. I notice the news, the big networks are biased, like Fox is strangely weird, and then CNN is, I don't know which one is honest, or, it's the one that's in the hospital. It was, I had this crazy iPad running and watched some of the stuff. Jesus Christ. Hard to sleep on those beds in the hospital, so I slept in the chair during the day. Wow. The staff are awesome people. I mean, the whole place is just awesome. This building is built on Howard Memorial property, actually. It used to be the main center, control center here. Next door is the doctor's offices for Howard Memorial, and beyond that is the old hospital torn down. It's just a block away. I got lots of videos on it, but it was 2015, I think they built the new hospital, which is just under a mile away from here. It's really big and spacious and clean and neat, and great staff, and people are all friendly and helpful. So. Then they have Redwood Clinic next to it, which is some of the staff, doctor staff. I once used to go there, and I got to Dr. Williams. I decided not to see Williams anymore, and I don't know. Anyway, my main doctor is Dr. Bowen, a world famous, I think it's orthopedic surgeon, MD. Very brilliant doctor who's writing a paper on this whole situation here. There's only a few people ever had this kind of weird system with their knee. Anyway, I'm going on about that, so I shouldn't do that. I should talk about other stuff. Yes, Barbara, where's my goddamn hot chocolate? Oh, I swore on YouTube. Oh, this is not good. Not good at all, doctor. Here it is. But, I use Google quite a bit in trying to find out what's going on with this stuff. And a friend in China was helpful. He sent over a packet of stuff. I gotta find out a little more about it, but it's, let me get a bag out here. Maybe you know what it is. You guys out there look at these stupid videos of mine. Do comment, have cool comments, so. It's supposed to be 3 times a day. Do you know what this stuff is? So I shall start. I have the other one that's used for treating COVID in China. I still have a huge amount of that. It was sent over, wow, gee, a year or more ago. I had COVID. It just didn't seem to do much to me. It just kind of made me kind of bored and tired. Huh. I didn't get it checked. I mean, I think the order was to stay inside for 2 weeks. But some people really get sick with it. So, like, Nancy was very sick with it. I think she went to the hospital and that's when they said she got COVID. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, what the hell is this? Okay. Oh. Hmm. Oh yeah, I should take this. It's the antibiotic. Okay. 4 a day. I'm not on it like for a couple of months. Might as well take it, huh? That was Dr. Bowen's prescription. I wonder what this is. Hmm. Hmm. I have no idea. And it's bitter. All right, we'll put that in there. Hmm. What an adventure. Oh, yeah. It took an hour to remove all the Marine Tech teeth. Because there's a relationship between bad teeth and this, which is going to be written up in the Journal of Medicine. I feel better with all that garbage on my mouth. I don't know, I'll be getting false teeth and I'll be smiling and put lipstick on and look really sexy and hot and you can come and rub me down with Vaseline and we can have a fun time somewhere. What am I talking about, hmm? The way I look today, I look like a wreck and I don't feel that well. But got the job done. Got a lot of stuff done today. Yeah, I know. We all meet our final frontier. But it's going to be interesting to just go up and back into atoms, back into the star system when the sun blows up and the Earth goes out. Unless there's some parapsychological ghost activity that could be interesting too. Like Dr. William Roll, another physicist contact of mine, is doing some unique things with weird energies. Part of the Neotic Science team, composed of Edgar Mitchell and William Roll, Bill Tiller, Dr. Rocher, plus many others, Dr. Robert Chan. At 3220 Sacramento Street, where the headquarters, we used to stay at night when visiting with Ian at Henry's Dakin, the owner of the building, who we were good friends, and he was with Ken Shoulders a lot too. But that's where the headquarters were for the Neotic Science team, 3220 Sacramento Street. Then I stayed sometimes with Henry Dakin's home, his wife, and stayed there when Prince Alfred von Liechtenstein, who I met with Ken Shoulders, Ian Gust, and others, he stayed a week with Henry Dakin. Very interesting person. I was staying in LA and the invite came, so driving up to LA, there was an accident on I-5. It took many hours just to get to San Francisco. At like 6 in the morning when I arrived with seeing Henry and going to have a meeting with the prince. I said, Henry, I got to sleep at least a couple of hours. I couldn't sleep when traveling with the accident on I-5, and it took a long time to get here. So Ian and I went sleeping for a couple of hours and met up with Gene Manning, who was there. Ian Gasta, myself, Ken Shoulders, Henry Dakin, Prince Alfred von Liechtenstein, anybody else, Yuri from the Soviet Union. We had a great day, and it went on for a while, for a week. And I was staying at Henry's place with Ian. I'm trying to remember. Anyway, a lot of things were happening back in the 90s in LA and San Francisco. So I got to meet a lot of interesting people. Wow, I met the NASA group that got this Mars rover going and showed me. They gave me the newsletter, which I have a copy of, but not the pictures of how they built the thing. And it did arrive on July 4th. I was there with Henry Dakin up in the top story of his home and looking at the fireworks and all this stuff. Golden Gate Bridge. And I kind of miss everybody. So many different people have passed on. It's kind of sad and sick, actually. But there's a whole new generation of young folks out there doing their stuff, so I'm making friends with them. It's kind of intriguing. So I'm talking about this streak again, of course. I guess why not, huh? I was working hard today, as I said before, doing certain things. As I said before, I posted a link to my Xanax video in the portal. They have a portal online thing where you can look up your charts and all that stuff. Who else is watching it? I don't know. The one thing my dad taught me, to be very bodacious if you get cornered. The problem happened a long time ago with Xanax and that, so he said, go and knock on doctors' doors and do this, do that. And I did, and I walked out of some doctor's office, leaving him sitting there looking weird looking. Get back on Xanax. Then that worked out. That was a long time ago. Holy shit. But that's him, you know. I'm that way too sometimes. And I'm that way with stalkers like Adrian Elliott Stone and other stalkers that tick me off. I'm very bodacious that way. So I can't remember that psychopath who had all the websites on free energy. Gee, why do I forget? Maybe it's so obnoxious. That's the one I mentioned where Agent Ross nailed the son of a bitch. FBI people. Anyway, I'm going around in circles here. Yak, 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 yak. But I found they are helpful, as well as the Canadian Security Intelligence Service people. When I was being stalked by the Yugoslavian embassy for information on what I was doing, and they showed up in person and talked to me and did information stuff. Free computer too. Yeah, there's been a few incidences, like Mel Ernest Winfield got $500,000 from the secretary to Undersecretary Henry Kissinger. Or sorry, Henry Kissinger had a secretary, and Mel got $500,000. He's bragging about it. And I told Alex Pizarro, who then contacted another friend of mine who's still okay and alive. He got the agent on him, and Mel Winfield phoned me up and, oh, you wouldn't believe what's happening. And the Pentagon called me, and, oh, huh? Why would they call you? And Somebody called him and he got upset and he all freaked out and everything. I don't know, Mel. You just whatever. Because Mel bragged about his $500,000 to develop the Hutchinson effect, of course. Anyway, that was a long time ago in the galaxy. My first introduction was with U.S. Army intelligence and security people, and then Thomas Bearden. We talked by phone. This is when he worked at Redstone Nuclear Labs. He sent me all kinds of documents and videos. And I still have them. Stuff you never have seen, I'm sure. You might have seen a little bit about Thomas, but attending that audience with Jack Houck at McDonnell Douglas Aerospace Corporation, and he, because Jack's filmed several days in my place, the effects and stuff like that, okay? Then I met up later on with Jack Houck with Ian Gazda, and we had dinner together and talked about good old days. Then I'm wandering around in circles there. Then along came Boyd Bush and Lockheed Martin and his group. Rex Webb is still alive, and we're still in contact with each other. And Rex Webb put up a website a long time ago on me. They were very close, and I got lots of good photographs of Rex Webb and Boyd Bushman working on stuff. And then Nick Cook of Experienced Defense Weekly interviewed Boyd Bushman for his epic film, The $1 Billion Secret. Check it out, it's pretty cool. And Boyd was showing my stuff off and camera stuff to the Lockheed group.